The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Academy Games.
Hello and welcome to another special unboxing episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad, and today I'm going to open up 1812, The Invasion of Canada. Now this is from Academy Games, and if you're familiar with 1754 and 1775, I think you're going to be very familiar with what this game has to offer. So let's just open it up and see what's inside. I do want to point out one thing on the cover of the game here. It says this is the 200th anniversary edition. The game obviously is 1812, but the game actually came out in 2012, so I thought that was actually kind of funny. Pretty cool artwork there on the cover. Show you the back here. So if you're familiar with the Birth of America series, this is going to be very familiar to you guys. Okay, so we have our normal battle dice that you see here with the hits and the fleas. As far as if you're familiar, like I said, with the series, you're going to be very familiar with that. We've got our punch outs that show our control markers, so either the British or the Americans. Got a deck of cards here I'll go ahead and open up. So you can see we have some advertisements for their other games. 1775, which we have featured on our channel, and you can see some of the artwork from that box. We also have the Conflict of Heroes, Guadalcanal, and there's some more art. So then here's the back of our cards. So we have the Canadian Militia, so that's their deck. We have the American Regulars. We have the Native Americans. I really like the art on the back of these. They're really nice. And then the British Regulars. Oh, and then we also have the American Militia. So kind of show you the art on these cards. You can see you have your movements. You got your boat movement. There's your truce card. And your special events for them. Show you the British Regulars. So really like the art in this series. They've done an excellent job. Really kind of pulls you in. Oh, love that too. Of course, you guys know that I'm really big on the old warships and the pirate ships and such. So that just looks really cool. And there's their events. Look at the Canadian Militia here. Next we'll look at the American Regulars. And then finally the Native Americans. So they now have their own deck. I shouldn't say now, because this was actually the first game in the series. So they started with this, and then they were kind of regulated to just kind of dice rolls in future games. Canoe movement, that's pretty cool. They have their own truce card. So then we have this. Dear fellow gamers, thanks for purchasing 1812. We hope you enjoy the first game in the new Birth of America series. Yes, we have. I really enjoyed this series. So let's open up and see what we have in this. So we got, this was signed by Uwe, and he cracks me up every time I see him at the cons. Let's take a look at the rule book here. Very colorful. Your card clarifications, introductory scenario setup. Then you got your historical overview of the war, which I always find really adds a nice touch to that. I'm a history buff, and so I've really enjoyed reading through some of these things. And you know, I've read through this kind of stuff on my own, but it's nice to kind of see a fresh take on this. Let's look at the map here. Whoop. Now these game boards are usually pretty big, so I'm missing having Megan with me here to kind of help out. In fact, I'm going to move this box out of the way. And let's change the camera angle up a little bit so you can see the map in all of its glory. So really big map. I think it's about the same size as all the rest of them. So things that you're going to be familiar with are the fled units area. And then they've got the round and the turn markers all the way over here on the side. So they've got the markings on the different areas that show you how to set the board up, where to put what troops. Looks really cool. Like I said, it's very similar layout type to the other games in the Birth of America series, but has a completely different look. Okay, continuing on, you'll notice we've got our draw bag here, and something's in the bag. And I'll bet it is our wooden cubes. It is. So we've got the different colors that represent the different factions. We got white as the American militia, red is the British regulars, the yellow are the Canadian militia, the green are the Native Americans, and the blue are the American regulars. So these are the same size as the rest of the games that are in the Birth of America series. And then, of course, we have our individual player trays here. Though it does not appear that they have the shields. Now, I don't know, maybe since this was the first game in the series, they did not include the shields that slide over that keep everything in place. I'll have to find that out from the publisher. But these are basically just going to snap apart, and they'll have a tray for each of the different factions. Okay, while I was getting everything organized here, I did hear back from the publisher, and they said that those covers were not included in 1812. They were included in the later prints of 1775 and 1754. So you can see it in the individual trays. We've got the cubes, we've got their dice, and a little slot there for the cards to go into. And since I don't have those covers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that plastic we got, and I'm just going to lay it on top of there. And then with the board and the rule book going, I'm hoping that that's going to keep everything from shifting around. Put the cover back on there. And that is 1812, The Invasion of Canada from Academy Games, and we will catch you guys next time. If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.